born with a half a heart, and in her first 7 months of her life, she underwent 4 open heart surgeries and 3 additional surgeries. She went through countless tests, IVs, blood draws, and many blood transfusions. Shortly after her 4th open heart surgery, she did actually receive a heart. If it hadn't been for the donors who donated the blood and kept her alive with those blood transfusions, little Kaya wouldn't be here with her mom and dad and be happy and healthy. Kaya could be your niece or your daughter or your granddaughter. She could be any member of your family. I want to thank you all for coming today. Little Kaya is real. Her story and many others can be found on the website for the Memorial Blood Centers. My name is Cindy, and while I personally have never received a blood transfusion, my mother did. In October of 2015, when she suffered a major cardiac event, she was given blood transfusions, and those weren't the first. I also had a friend who had a heart valve replacement surgery, and he asked several of us to go and be checked for our blood type and donate in his name. And because of that surgery and those donations, it saved his life. Today I'd like to talk to you about blood donation and the need in this country. And secondly, I'd like to talk to you about how you can become a blood donor. Every year, 4.5 million Americans would die if it weren't for the life-saving blood transfusions that they receive. So I'd like to talk to you and begin with information regarding the need for more of the United States, more of the population to actually donate blood. A few staggering statistics from the American Red Cross. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood. That means in the time it takes for us to do this speech today, more than 150 people will actually need blood. 38,000 donations are needed on a daily basis. 1 in every 10 people admitted to the hospital will need blood. And if you think about this, 5 million people receive blood every year, and there are only 8 million people who donate. Those 8 million people actually make up the 15 million units that are donated. In retrospect, 60% of the US population is eligible to donate blood. But of that 60%, only 5% will actually donate this year. But why? Why is it that the other 55% won't donate? Many of the reasons and excuses are that I've never really thought about it, there are plenty others who donate, my blood won't make a difference, or I'm really afraid of needles. While there are many people who are afraid of needles, there are also people in need who are afraid of dying. If you begin donating at the age 17, and you donate every 56 days, which is what's allowed through the Red Cross, by the time you're 76, you will have donated 48 gallons of blood. Those 48 gallons can save potentially 1,000 lives. The need for blood donors. There are many things that you need to consider. According to the Wall Street Journal, donated blood can only be stored up to 42 days. So while it seems like the numbers are telling us we have more donors than we have people in need, the blood doesn't sit there forever. Most of the blood is used before it expires. However, you never know what's going to happen. One car accident, one victim can use up to 100 units of blood. So we never know if we're going to actually need more than what we have on hand. The other thing we need to think about is blood type. There is a universal donor, and that's O negative, but only 7% of the US population has an O negative blood type. It's the highest in demand because it is the universal blood type. The other thing though, AB negative blood type, only 1% of the population. That means that only 1 in every 3 people, 1 in every 100 people have that type. So when you consider the numbers and who donates, how many do, how many don't, how many of those people that donate are going to have the universal type or one of the very rare blood types? So I hope this will show you consider why we need more donors. We need more people with those universal types, or the negative, the AB negative, those types of blood. Let's discuss how you can make it happen. Several times throughout the year, the American Red Cross has blood drives. Now, if you're like me, you totally ignore the flyers. But what I want you to do is to no longer ignore the flyers. Go out, go to a blood drive. If there isn't a blood drive, then call the Red Cross. It's very easy. You can visit their website. You can schedule an appointment online to donate. It's a very easy process. It's very simple, 5 steps to donate. You register, you screen, which is a mini physical, basically your temperature, your medical history, your blood pressure. Then they hydrate you to make sure that the needle goes in smoothly. Then you donate, then you get your juice and cookies at the end. It's a very simple process. It's also very safe. Many people are afraid of the needle that they'll catch a disease. That doesn't happen. There's a clean needle used every time for every donor, and then it's disposed of. All your information is confidential, so no information is released to anyone. So if we review, there's a large need for donors in the United States. Many lives are saved every year due to those donations. We went through the ways to donate, and that it's fast, it's safe, and it's confidential. And remember, Kaya could be anyone's child. Would you not want someone to help your child or your family member? I'd like to leave you with these few words from Albert Einstein. I believe in one thing, that only a life lived for others is a life worth living. And also remember, 1 pint of blood can potentially save 3 lives. So I'd like to thank you all for coming, and please consider becoming a blood donor. I still work so